Let's see. For those of you online, we'll be starting here in just a few minutes. But at that time, let me know if you can't see my screen or hear me, and I'll put that in the chat as well. How's everyone doing? Staying warm out there? Guess we didn't get hit too bad with the the coldness. Wow, that's crazy for Texas. Because yeah, we have a brother. Yeah, I would think so too. I have a brother in Chicago, and he said like it's -7. I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, literally. I was like, did you get work off for this, or is just this another day? You got to at least work from home, but I was like, man, that's pretty crazy. We get like an inch. Yeah, we had rain last week and they got off school, which cracked me up. Let me also do Google Drive. Um, hey, some. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and get started today. Today will be all about the new website that just rolled out. It's been spending lots of time and hours researching this new site. I still don't feel like a full expert, but I think I'm enough to be dangerous for sure. First and foremost, I'm Jules. I'm the Merca Center Tech Trainer. And if you ever want to book a 30-minute appointment with us, a one-on-one with anything I say today, you can always do so at kwbresources.com. And clicking I need tech help in the top right corner will bring you right to our calendar so you can book an appointment with us. So don't feel like you're alone in this. If you want to watch today and upgrade the site together in an appointment, that is absolutely doable and okay. So feel free to utilize us when needed. But yep, for the most part today, I'm going to be in command, which is at agent.kw.com. And there you can log in with your KW credentials. Now, being on a team versus a personal, they actually just rolled out team websites, which is fantastic. They used to, so previously the websites were always just connected to the personal profile. So if you were on a team, typically the Rainmaker would brand their website to the team, but then all leads would just funnel into their personal database, which made it kind of a pain to distribute out those leads, especially for teams. So I'll be going over both the team and personal side of it, because honestly, they look very similar. Um, those dashboards are the same, basically. They just kind of toggle a difference there. First, though, we're going to upgrade our sites. Now, if you are a new agent, your website is more than likely already updated. Now, Scott Leroy sets up those new websites for you when you onboard. However, if you were here previous to September, probably, then your sites are probably the old sites still. and we're gonna need to move those over. So we're gonna first talk about the things that we need to do first before we upgrade our sites, and then we'll actually upgrade them together here so you can watch that process. Hey. No, you're good. So the first place we're gonna go is going to be the consumer section at the which is the bottom icon on the left-hand side. Now, if you come here and it looks totally different, it says like edit website kind of in the middle and a button, then you have the new website, so you can disregard this part for now. However, if you are still seeing this view, there's a couple things that you're gonna need to do if this applies to you. So one, if you have custom pages on your old website, unfortunately, those won't move over. So you will need to copy and paste any custom content onto a Word document so that we can then move them onto the new site if you wish. So to do that, we can open up your Google Drive, which with your KW email, everyone has a Google Drive account, which you can go to at drive.google.com. And we're just going to want to do new. We're going to want to click new in the top left and pop open a Google Doc. Now from your website page, so when we clicked on a consumer here, these are all the websites that are currently on your website here. Thanks, Mom. Wow, that is awesome. And we can click the eyeball next to a page to open that up to see what's displaying on that page. So that we can see what we may need to copy over. Now, given that this is a video one, I may need to go into the editor to actually copy all the coding and everything that's in that custom page. So I can do so by clicking the 3 dots to the far right of the page name and clicking edit. And you'll see that coding is up the top there. That's how I got the video in there. Then I can double click in this box. There we go. And I would select Control All to copy everything on that page, or Command All, or Control A or Command A if you are on a Mac. Then we can copy that with Control C or right click, copy. And then we'd want to go back to our Google Doc to paste that in. Okay. So that way, come time to, if we wanted to add this custom page to our website, we would still have that content and it's not lost. So depending on how many pages, custom pages you have on your site, that might be a little more homework than others. However, those custom websites, if you have anything custom, just be sure that they are somewhere else other than this website, because that will be deleted. Let's say you have a local school search widget, so something Scott Leroy typically added to those old sites, and we want to save that coding. Same kind of deal. We're gonna, to the far right of that page name, click on those 3 dots, click to edit it. But for this one, how they did this school search, they actually coded that in there. So we can click Configure Widgets in the bottom right to see that coding and agent profile. And then this is the coding that we'd want to copy and paste onto a Word document so that we have that. And again, this is just if you have that local school search on the old site, and we want to make sure we keep that coding. Now, last things we need to save before we upgrade the site, and then we'll upgrade, is our landing pages. So under the consumer tab, if we go up to landing pages will also be all removed from command as soon as we upgrade. So these URLs here, they will remain in existence though. So they will remain active links. Now, given their URL, like they're not very simple URLs, no one's just gonna like come across this URL unless you shared it with them. However, they still remain active. So if you wanted to keep any URL, so let's say you do promos or giveaways on these landing pages, for example, and you want to keep them in existence, we want to keep that toggle on to keep them active, but then copy the URL and paste them onto a Word document so we keep the URLs, because that backend will be completely removed. Oh my gosh. So go ahead and copy and paste any landing pages that you have here. I would recommend just copy and pasting all so you have them all. But if there's any that you know you're just not going to even need moving forward, maybe it was like a listing landing page, you can also deactivate them by toggling that off, and that will make it inactive, so that link won't work for anyone moving forward. Once you have your custom pages and landing pages saved, it will then be time to upgrade your website. And to do so, we're going to be in the Consumer tab. And there's a couple ways we can get to this spot, but we can either click Upgrade Agent Site here, or we can go right up to the top to upgrade my website. Now this will kind of walk you through it. It's going to be like a basic overview of these new websites. This is like an example video or like a trailer of the new command websites. We can just click Next. Next, we want to confirm our new domain. So you can keep your last domain, and I may recommend that because there are clients that probably have that URL. And then this can always be changed at a different time. I'll show you exactly where you can change your URL. However, I just may recommend keeping the same one as the previous site just to keep things simple. However, we are going to need to click that checkbox to move us forward, and we're confirming that once we begin this process, we cannot go back. And basically what I was saying, that any new agent site pages or landing pages will be then gone. So that's why we wanted to copy that over, and we're just confirming that here. Next, we do have a preview option, so we're going to be able to see a basic overview of the site. Well, I'm not seeing an overview of the site, so I'm just going to move on to next. And then the last things that we are checking off is that this is saying that if you're not upgraded by March 2024, you're going to be automatically upgraded. And that, again, you won't have any landing pages or those old custom websites. They are very sure that you know that. And then we can just click that and click Upgrade Now. So there is a tour option here. Just go ahead and click Explore My Own. You can always take the tour at a later time by clicking Tour in the top right corner. And this is going to be the back end of those websites. So if you were already upgraded, I'm going to go back a step so I can show you those steps from your view. But this will bring you to the exact same spot as Edit My Website button does. But there's a few settings I want to talk about there first. So if you can just go back to the home page here, I'm going to jump actually to the settings section. So click on your name in the top right, Settings. Connect Settings on the left-hand side and Marketing Profile. In regards to your home page and About Me page, this is where all the information is pulling from. So your headshot, your contact information, your bio. Again, I'm under my name, Settings, and Marketing Profile. And this is where that's all pulling from. If you're on a team, there are now new team marketing profiles. So if you're not on a team, you won't have this extra account here unless you're on a team. But when I switch to my team profile, I will now have a new team marketing profile that I will have to fill out. However, so this is where all your team if you're on a team website, this is where all of your homepage information is going to be pulling from. So if you're on a team, you're going to need to fill this out, and just be sure that this toggle in the top right corner is green. So that's all syncing over to the team website when you click save at the bottom. So unfortunately that does not, and it's at the bottom right here. Fortunately, that does not like merge from the personal profile. So that's something you have to manually fill out. However, there is now a team profile, which is really cool so that you can you have a website branded to you and the team. All right, I'm going to switch back to the personal profile here and go back to the consumer section, which is always going to bring you to the website editor. So consumer section, think of website. Okay, from this page, so before I click edit my website to go back to that dashboard, I want to show you a few settings on this main page here. So one, we can change our URL if we would like. Couple things with this URL. So if you're getting that printed anywhere, like on business cards, keep in mind that these specific KW URLs do not work with www dot in front of them. Like a security thing. I don't know why it doesn't work with it per se, but it just won't work. So if you're getting that printed, don't put www and dot in front of your URL. And also just keep in mind this .kw.com at the end. Some agents just put .com and miss that .kw. And again, that won't work without the subdomain. Underneath that is going to be your app URL. So this is not changeable so that you never kind of lose your app URL. That always stays the same. So if you're ever looking for that to share, you can always come into the consumer section here. Under that, there's a few preferences. Now, by default, they're enabled and they're recommended to be enabled. However, if you have like a specific loan officer that you use primarily, or you don't want to advertise Keller Williams loan system and you only have a preferred one, you can disable these options. However, I would recommend that you just keep them enabled. Lastly is forced registration. And I believe by default, everyone is unrestricted. However, I don't recommend that, and that's typically not recommended. So either the 2 to 10 properties option is really that sweet spot that we're recommended by the region. I like the 2 properties option. And what this is saying is that like when clients are searching on your website, at what point does it force them to leave their lead information before continuing the search? I really like the 2 properties option because it gets their foot in the door. They see the value your website can provide. And then when they are prompted to sign up, they're more apt to do so. 10 properties might be good too. I don't like the no property or unrestricted options personally. Unrestricted, we want the lead information. That's like our main goal. And then no properties, I think they'll just run to Zillow if they are prompted that quickly. Oh, no, I have not heard of that, but that is really good to know because yeah, I mean, these websites are just so new. So, I mean, there's going to be a couple things like this that will arise, but that is a good one to know because I really like this feature of being able to set up this setting and yeah. Oh man, well, yeah, if you don't mind trying again of selecting an option, saving those changes and yeah, and shoot me an email if it doesn't so I can reach out to KW support and report it. So those are the main settings here on this main area. Now I can go right to edit my website to go into that dashboard we saw when we upgraded our website. It'll bring us to the same place. So for one, your URL comes up right up top here, so we can always click that open to see our website in all its full glory. So these home pages, we can edit. We can now edit the pages up here as well, but just some that come defaulted on your website. So the About Me page comes as a default page, and that's pulling from the marketing profile that we took a look at. Search properties will bring us right to that property search. And in regards to these websites, the search function is very good. They are very functional sites. They sync from the MLS faster than Zillow does. So it's always pulling very up-to-date information, and it searches all across the United States, any brokerage. So if you have out-of-state clients that you are trying to provide value to, in hopes to get that referral, you can share your website and they're going to be able to search themselves based off their current location. There is now a blog feature, which we'll take a look at, but that's a cool new feature of the site. It makes it a lot easier to create custom content like blogs on these sites. And then under more, a leave a review page also comes on your site for you as well. So those are the default pages. I'm going to jump back to the dashboard area to take a look at the back end here. So let's talk about editing these pages. And we'll start with the home page. So to edit a page, we can click on that page name, let's hyperlink, to bring us into the editor. And we're going to see the modules on the left-hand side and then that preview on the right-hand side. So some modules are going to be more editable than others. So starting with the listing module. So what you can edit here is the "let's find your dream home" kind of verbiage. So that's what the title is doing there. Oh, yeah, sorry. And feel free to stop me anytime. I can always go back. So in the dashboard, if we click on like the home page, like the name of the page, that's going to bring us into that editor. And then I'm going to click on a module to drop it down so I can see what I can edit in this field. So starting with title, and that's going to be what that says there on the right-hand side, "let's find your dream home." So if I wanted to update that to maybe a slogan or something else, I can. Oh, let me get out of the big screen. Next, you can also change the pictures that display in the background that go through. So if you want, let me see, how do I get out of... Does anyone know how I would get out of full screen view on a non-Mac? Why is escape not working? Hmm. Hmm. Okay, well, I'm struggling to get out of this window, but I will try. Aha. Okay. So then we can change the hero photos that are displaying in the background. Let me go back up. Now I've clicked out of this. Hold on, let me just go back because I clicked out of it to get out of there. There we go. So they do have default images in there that we can add in, but you can also upload your own photos. So if you wanted to make that a bit more local or, more to your brand, more luxury, whatever that may be, we can always upload photos here as well. So let's say we want to make this a bit more Charlotte related. You can go to like a stock image site. So a couple we use are Pexels.com and Pixabay, Pixabay. I'm going to use the Pexels.com. But these are sites that will just give you stock images so you don't have to worry about copyright infringements. And you can use them freely in your marketing. So I could see if there's anything that's Charlotte related, and there are. So all I would need to do is click to download it. And save it to your computer. Then we can go back over to Command in the dashboard that we're in and click to upload files. choose files, and then we're going to be able to pull that right in from our computer. And you'll see that preview takes effect on the right-hand side. And I can also see my progress been saved. It's really cool. It's automatically saving my progress, but then clicking save will actually get to publish onto my site. So if I exit out right now, I wouldn't see those changes quite yet until I click save. Moving down to the next module is the listing list. So this is a pretty cool feature. If you were on the old sites, you know that you would have to manually put in any featured listing that you would want to display on your site. And that's not really the case anymore. Now we can set it up as a more dynamic feature. But first being the title, so we can go ahead and give that a title, featured listings. You can give a description as well, just to kind of see where that displays on the right-hand side. I'll type in something here. And that just displays right under that title. Next is where we're going to decide how that displays the listing. So I would recommend keeping it as dynamic. So that allows it to search based off your criteria and featured listings based off those filters. Basic would be the old way where you would have to manually put in each listing. So I would recommend keeping it dynamic. Then you can give that a center location. So you can pick our office as a center location. Or if you specialize elsewhere, you know, Marvin, anywhere that you specialize, you can pick that center location. And then you can give that a radius. So you could say it would display all properties within a 25-mile radius. And I can pick how that's sorted by. So I could do that price high to low. Now, if you have your own listing that you want to be featured on the featured listings, you would still have to manually put that in. Unfortunately, there's not a way to like always filter for your listings. It's just based off location right now. However, under featured listing, this plus icon, you can add in your own listings to be featured, and they'll always be displayed up front. So anytime you put in a featured listing here, it would move it right to the front of that featured listing list. Just a heads up, there are additional filter options. So if you really wanted to get specific with it, and honestly, I may recommend a few fields such as property type, like as houses, so that you're not getting land coming up as a featured listing, for example, unless you're into land, obviously. So the main ones that I saw people changing were these top three. So listing category, I saw a lot of people put for sale, they put active, and they put houses as those top three. That made sense to me, but of course, see how that's fits in your business. You can, make this however you see fit. Wow, those are some good listings right there. I would like to live there. Just for $9 million, $8 million. Oh, also, I think this is pretty cool too. So you can also filter by keywords. So if you wanted to only display houses with a pool on that featured listings list, or whatever that feature word may be, it is searching the property's description for that keyword. So that might be something to apply as well. Moving right down to testimonials list. So by default, there's not going to be any testimonials on your site displaying. However, we can add them in here. So we can give that a title. And a description. Then we can decide how we display those testimonials. So whether that be newest to oldest or oldest to newest. That would be very, very nice. I wish there was like a widget for that. That would be great. But in regards to that, let's talk about how we can get our Google reviews onto our website. So unlike Google, where like you can't post your own testimonials, on your Google page. It has to come from them. Your websites, you can grab your testimonials from wherever they may be, like on your Google site, and manually add them to your website as your client so that you can display those. So to do so, I'll do an example here. So I can click on that plus icon to add in a testimonial. So where it says no items, that would display any testimonials that are currently submitted on your site. So if anyone has already submitted a testimonial, that would display under here, under no items. However, we can click create new to also create a new one. So there's a few things we have to fill out. We have to fill out the star rating, the testimonial, first and last name, and a client sense spot. Those are all the required fields. So what we can do, we can, in a new tab, go to our Google review page or wherever your reviews may be. Then we can copy what they said. So highlight it and copy it. Then come back over to that testimonial and fill it out exactly how they had submitted it. Fill in their name, last name. And you do have to click on a certain date for the calendar, so you can't even do it by year for this. So I may just recommend just like, if you know the year, maybe going to January 1st of that year or whatever that may be, but you do have to click a date in order to submit it. And a time, which is just wild to me. And then if you do have this extra information, so where they're from, if you're recommended, feel free to fill it out. However, again, it's not required. So clicking publish will save that testimonial. Oh, and then we can go back up there. So just be sure you get this check mark and this green bar at the top before you go back. But you'll find right away that now when I click that list, that new testimonial I submitted has been added. So I can click to add that to my website, and I can see that on the right-hand side as well in the preview.
Testimonials we have.
They are. Great question. So yeah, where your those testimonials are from the old site, and I know I'm like kind of jumping, but so under the consumer tab, it back in command, there's a testimonials tab, and any previous ones are all there. No.
We got copy and paste them.
Yeah.
They say left of
I thought the same. I was like, at least they didn't delete them. Yeah. Yeah, I would have warned you first. But yeah, those all stayed. They all stayed back there. But yeah, you do have to manually put them in. So anytime also like someone submits something on your website, just a heads up, you're going to get a notification that that testimonial came in. And then at that point, you would want to come edit your website to pick from that list to add it in. So it's not going to automatically add testimonials to your site still. You do have to like select that from the list after they submit it. Maybe they'll update that. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is probably why, because that is a kind of a downfall about Google reviews. There's no way to like delete a bad review. You're kind of like, unless you report it and they take it down. Yeah, then you have a lot more control. Yeah. So that is, I guess, that's nice. So the last module here is going to be that blog section. So I like to kind of take away the buyer's guide. I like to keep it as my blog so that it keeps it relevant for both buyers and sellers so that they're taking a look at that. And there's already defaulted blogs in there. So you'll see when you scroll down that there are 4 parts to blogs that are already on your site. And blogs are so great for your website for SEO. Now, of course, these probably won't be because, well, every agent has these default blogs. So adding your custom blogs will be important for search engine optimization. So that, for example, if I were searching what to do in Charlotte, and your website comes up because you have a blog about events to do in Charlotte, well, you wouldn't have come up for me any other way if I was searching, because I'm not searching for a real estate agent right now. However, and typically, you know, people buy and sell every 7 years, so typically they're not buying or selling right now. So figuring out ways that you can show up for people searching the internet other than real estate is what blogs are really great for, so that you can get in front of people in a saturated market like real estate. So any changes you made, just be sure to click save in the top right to get that to save. One kind of I think is cool about this new website is that it always saves all the versions of your website. So as you're editing them, and let's say you made a huge edit and then you're like, wow, I really regret that. Your previous like version of your site will always be saved in the backend so you can revert back. I'm going to click return to dashboard now to bring me back to the dashboard. All right. So with adding stuff to your website, so adding content to your website. So with images and videos and elements of those sort that you're like wanting to add to a page, I found, thanks to you, that you always have to add the content to the content manager first in order for them to display on your website. So when I click on this search feature here, it's gonna pop up with all this. And this is, why is that happening? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. It's not me. So this is going to be your content manager where we can add in things like in the bottom left. I know it's kind of hard to see. You can add in blog posts. You can add in images. You can add in videos. So this is where you can add in all your elements. You'll see like that image I added previously is in this content manager as well. You can also get to the same spot by clicking that plus icon just right next to the search. So that's going to give you the same options to create. So that if you wanted to add an image that you can use on your website, like on a blog post later, we can upload images right to this content manager. So if, as another example, if I wanted to re-add that Charlotte skyline picture, we can give it an internal name. We can choose that picture. And we can even give it a caption so that displays on the site as well. Oops. And then click save. So now that image is ready to be used on pages. So if you are going to create a page and then you try to upload an image where it says upload image when you're creating the page and you get like an error, it's because you have to add it to the content manager first and then add it to the page. Mm-hmm. Like a red bar that says, does it give you any info on the error? Here, let me.
Like I came to do it here and because it was this one before, so I just put it here, but I'm not sure.
Okay, that one seems to be good. Maybe we just need to delete this one so we can save it.
Oh,
Perfect.
okay.
And then that should. Yeah, woohoo! Awesome. Nice. And I like that. It makes it nice and local. Not on the search. The featured listings I saw there was a option, but no, not on the search. That will give the option to do so. All right. So now that we have some content in our content manager, we can go back to that dashboard. And how I'm getting back to the dashboard each time is clicking that Keller Williams logo in the top left, and that brings you back to this dashboard. And you'll find this similar content when we click that plus icon. You'll see these quick start templates as well. So there's a couple places that you can start with that. But let's say we want to add the mortgage calculator template to our website. So we can click on that block to get started with that. So this is the template that's already ready for you to go. However, you can change it if you see fit. I don't see anything that typically needs to be changed on this page. So we just have the page title as mortgage calculator. And then on the right-hand side, we can see that that is our HTML coding already in there for us, and that it has a contact me form. So really, all I have to do is click publish. And that will be added to my site. And when you do that, you'll find that page now is displaying under custom pages at the very bottom. And when we clicked on it, we saw there's not much to change on this page example. But if we clicked on it, that's how we'd get back to that same page we were at. Another one that comes pre-downloaded but not pre-loaded on your site is this why work with KW template. So feel free to go ahead and click on that one too. Again, not much has to be changed here. It already has the page title as Why Keller Williams. We can click on this under page contents. This says rich text. And you'll find all the words that are on the right-hand side or right here on the left-hand side. So you can change it if that doesn't sound like you. However, it kind of just goes over our mission statement and of course has a contact form. And then clicking publish will add that right to your website. Yes, it will change on the other side so you can see that preview. So yeah, you'll like if I wanted to add, say, KW rocks. It will display right under that page title. So that's what this is right at top, what's in bold. And then you can see the preview on the right-hand side, and then clicking publish actually gets it to populate there. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, yeah, it might take a second to come over. Let me see if mine's already moved over. Let's see here. Yeah, oops. Yeah, mine displayed pretty quickly. Did you click publish and are they displaying under custom pages at the bottom too? That one should already default be there. There's not any changes you can make to that one. So that one should already be there. But yeah, that's where they'll be popping. And it might just be a timing thing. So I'll check back in like 5 minutes, see if that updated. Oh, good. Okay, good. All right. So yeah, that is those two templates I'd recommend go ahead and adding just because they're already ready for you to use and it just gives more content to your site. In regards to custom content, so you can create custom pages on these sites. And there are a few options right now in our regional meeting. They are talking about getting more page options, but these are kind of the ones that are in there right now. So if we click custom page, actually, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. So I think I was actually under landing pages. No. Okay, I don't know now where I was. We're gonna go back to custom page and go through it that way. So if we wanted to add a custom page, we could add that in here and whatever that may be for what you're looking to have a custom page for. So let's say, like my old site, that I do red carpet closings, my mom, and I wanted a page like that on this website. So we can give it a title, and then we want to add module under page contents. Now, just a heads up, you can give it a background image as well to really customize that further. I'm not gonna go find one right now, but you do have that ability. But if we click on add modules here, yes, this is the page I was looking for. So these are like the formatting styles that are available on the site right now. So we have basically like a text one that is kind of like a blog. We have ones displaying stats. We have a testimonial list. We have a video. And then under here, under additional modules, we do have the ability to still like iframe code, as well as now HTML embed codes as well onto the site. So let's do a video example. So I'm going to click the video module to add that module into the left-hand side. Now, when I click that video, it's going to search for my content manager. Now, hopefully this works without me priorly adding that in, but we'll find out together. So we can either, there's two ways you can add videos. It's either through Vimeo or YouTube. YouTube probably will be most common. So we can click that option to go to YouTube and click new to add in a new video to our content manager. So I'm just gonna search for one as an example. Okay, we'll do this. So I would want to go to that video and then go to the share icon and copy. Sorry, I have so many tabs. Next, we'd want to paste that in for a URL. And you'll see that like grabs the cover photo and everything. You can go ahead and give it a title and a description. And then it should default to the thumbnail photo that pulls from YouTube. So there's not anything that needs to be added there. So when we pick publish, that's going to add that video to our content manager. So now when we go back to add in that video, we can select it. Now it's in my content manager. So now I can select it to add it to my page. So now it's actually a lot easier to add videos because before you had to embed it onto the site. But now we can just like kind of add it by URL. So that's great.
Publish that. Where does it show up?
I'm gonna guess under more, but
Drop in there.
we're gonna find out. No.
Doesn't allow you to.
Yeah. There is a spot that I think we can change the page order, and we'll jump there next. Let's see, learn more. Oh, okay. So what I'm doing here, I guess, is I couldn't move on because I didn't have a call to action. So I don't know exactly what I'm selecting. Oh, so what I'm doing is I'm selecting where they are taken to after they are from the site. So if we wanted that to be an external website URL, we could put like whatever you want the button to be here. So like learn more, for example, and then be taken to any URL that you'd like them to go to. I'll just put in, I don't even know. Okay. Oops. Okay. Now I think I should be able to publish it. Okay. So now that is under custom pages. So I'm hoping that's under more as well. Let me refresh. Yes. So how you can edit that order. Oh, and that's what I wanted to talk about for the team too. So how, well, we'll jump there in a second, but how you can change that order is going over to that hamburger icon in the top left and going down to organization site. Here's, you can do a few things here, including if you had your Google Analytics ID on your other site, you could paste that into here to get that to track this one. And then this is where we can change the order of the custom pages. So we can like move them up. However, it doesn't look like there's a way to like make that one of the main menu items without it being under more. So it looks like these custom pages. Yeah, this custom page. Yes, yes. Oh. Huh. Yeah, so wait, does that mean like what are we creating new here? Whoa. Yeah, I'll look into this, but that, yeah, that's good to know because I didn't know that was there. I might recommend just keeping it here until no further on that. All right. Now jumping back, I just want to show just two more things on the site. One, a really great social media post that you can be posting out based off your website. And then I'll show you as well as like when a lead comes in from your website, how that looks for you guys. So if you click on your website, so first I'm going to talk about a really easy social media post that you can do using your website. So like I mentioned earlier, these websites are really great functionality. Their search functions are awesome. So if you wanted to, for example, post out a list of all the homes in Charlotte with open houses, or all the open houses in Charlotte coming up, this is how you can go about posting it. So what we would do, we would go to your website first, and we would perform the search that we want to post out about. So for the open house in Charlotte, for example, I can search by that city name. And click on it. Well, click on it. Just give it a second for it to load. So right now I'm performing a search just of all the listings in Charlotte available. But then I can come over here to filters. There's lots of things I can filter by, but if you scroll down to the very bottom, you'll find the option for open houses. So if we click this toggle on, go ahead and accept the cookies so that we can click show, summary results. We perform the search. Now this URL, we can take this URL and go post it onto Facebook and say, here's a full list of all the open houses in Charlotte for you to look through. And then they're taken to your website to see the actual full list, as well as, well, now they're on your website, so hopefully they're searching. So we can do this with lots of things. So that's a great example that we like to use, open houses. Also at the very bottom of this, you'll find price reduction. So here's a list of all the homes in Charlotte with a price reduction in the past 7 days. We can really get, creative with it. It's summertime and we want to pull up all the houses with pools in Charlotte and post that out for everybody to see. So really you can get creative here. All you have to do is think of a search, perform the search on your website, copy your URL up there, and paste it into a Facebook post and say, want a full list of X, Y, and Z? Here it is. You actually are providing that resource. Just a heads up too, your website can search by neighborhood and school district. So if you want to say, here are all the homes in Weddington for under $1 million, you know, that could be a search. Just trying to give you examples. If you want more of them, I can come up with them. Yeah. And does everyone like feel then, okay, we perform the search, like, and then going to paste on Facebook, does everyone feel comfortable with those steps, or do you want to see it full? Good? Okay. Feel free to always book with us and we can do it together too. But that's just a great one. If you wanted to get in the habit, every Tuesday and Thursday, you post a new search from your website. Wow, what a great way to drive traffic to your website, remind people in your real estate, and provide value all in one. Right? And then lastly, I'm just going to show how it looks when a lead comes in to your website so that you know how to look for those in your database.
Yeah.
I know, I got excited typing that in. Hopefully that's real.
It doesn't show anything special. It just says like, my URL
Mhm.
on it. I just put like, open up Charlotte posted it, and then it shows like the URL KW.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah, it won't display like anything like on like a thumbnail on Facebook when you go about it. However, if you wanted to go to that Pexel site or whatever stock image site and get a stock image to kind of complement it, that could be a good way to just increase engagement. Yeah, it will absolutely. Yeah, it will always work. But then, yeah, just to make it more stand out, maybe a stock image could be good. So yeah, once they submit something on the site, they're going to say thank you. And then at that point, I'm going to go back to command here. We're going to receive a notification in the bell icon in the top right. If you have the command app, and I recommend that you do, and that you have your notifications on, you will receive that to your app as well. And that's why I really like the app, is so that you can receive these notifications on your phone, so you don't have to sign into command to see you have a new lead. So then at that point, we could see that in our notifications. We could go over to view contact, and we could see that in our database. Just a heads up too, and I'm gonna go back to the contacts to show you this.
Not me.
Nope. So as soon as someone submits a lead form on your website, it automatically goes into command for you. Yep. And it will be marked as a lead so that you know at that point to go reach out. So it'll automatically be marked with that little L icon up there to let you know that that's a lead and that you should go reach out to them. And you'll be able to see, like, let's say once I'm signed up on the site, say I want to log in. And just a heads up, the login function on these websites are not for you. These are for your clients to log in or sign up so that they can create collections, they can favorite homes, and that's all saved as their activity. So when you see that login in the top right of your website, that's not for you. You sign into command to see all that, but they can log into your website as well. And when they sign up on your website, same deal, the lead automatically goes right into command. Password. And this will also be the same login that they use on the consumer app. So you know that app that you share with your clients to search for homes, same login for the website and their app. So they talk to each other. Okay. Okay. What did I do wrong? Oh. You see anything I'm missing on this page? Oh, maybe it's my characters. At least 13. Okay, I'll try anything. Oh, yep, that was why. Man, 13 characters is a lot. Jeez. Oh, but now I don't know what I even put up here. The heck? But it's still not working for me. Yeah, geez Louise. Good grief. Okay. Okay, wow. I created an account. Yeah, right? I'm never gonna remember that password. But yeah, now that I'm logged in, like, and I'm pretending like I'm a client here. So now when I'm searching your the website, I'm gonna be able to favorite homes and all the fun sorts. And then I'll find that all under save. So anything I'm saving as a client, I can all see that. Yes, I would love to live there. And I can even perform safe searches. So I can set up my own safe search as the client, and that's going to be tracked in command for you. And anything that I'm doing, as long as I'm logged in on a site, you're going to be able to see that in command. So jumping back to how you would see it, I signed up on the website. Here's my new person who signed up. I can click to view that contact, and I'll see all that information on the right-hand side, so I can see what they're favoriting. So at this point, I could be like, oh, they're interested in homes like this, and reach out with similar homes. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah.
But I think it's they're searching.
Still works?
So it works. I think what you're looking at, and then I guess utilize our like referral network. I mean, I posted
Yep.
on like site if anybody here knows.
Awesome. Yeah, and you know, commands referral network, like, yeah, so maybe utilizing that at that point, that's a great thing to do as well. Yeah. So this is going to be very great information as well. So that, see that check mark icon? That's letting me know that that's an agent site connection, meaning I got this lead, either they signed up on my website or they're on my app. And that's just letting me know that that's what it's saying. And I'm also just going to mention here that I don't know if you've ever seen the function of safe searches in command. Now I know typically you do them in the MLS, and that is where you should do them because command requires them to have a sign in on your app or website to even send them safe searches. So it's like a big obstacle because typically your contacts in command were imported or you added them. So that being said, I would perform safe searches in the MLS. But these safe searches, though, I will say, go outside of our local MLS. So if you do have an out-of-state client and you want a safe search, this might be the spot to do it. But you would just want to. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And yeah, absolutely. Yeah, your main thing, you have to fill out that marketing profile. At that point, once your marketing profile is filled out, there's going to be an extra field to be able to claim your domain. And then at that point, and it's all gonna be in this marketing profile. I wish I should have set this up so I could show you. But it's gonna be a button to edit the site, and it's gonna bring you right back to that dashboard we were in. And it's going to bring you actually to, even when you click that on the team marketing profile, it will default bring you to the personal side. At that point, you would just need to click on the name, and that's where the additional site would be to toggle to the team site. So that's how you access that dashboard. It would all be one, because like I would recommend just setting it up on the team, like everything up on the team site and just utilizing that team site purely. And I'll send you a direct video to show you. Yeah, so that you can see those buttons in play. But yeah, but it will look very, very similar with the team side. Just that extra toggle there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. When you click on that link, does it take you to your website or does it take you to the app? No, I meant on your phone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Same thing.
Mhm. Like when you click on that link on your phone though, does it take you to your website or does it take you to the app? Okay.
Not doing it from.
Well, I'll come take a look in a sec here. I know we're over here, but I just forgot to, and if you were in team meeting, you've seen this like twice now, but I just really like the open house sign-in feature. It's pretty cool. So if you are doing an open house coming up and you would like an electronic way to capture leads so that when they come into the open house, they sign in and that goes right into your command database. We would, to pull up that page, we would first want to search for the open house that we have. So whatever the address is. Okay, well, I guess I need a real one. I'll just do Charlotte and then pick one. Ah, great. No. Yeah. Ooh, that one's nice. Yes. Okay. So we would go to that listing and actually click on that listing like I did there. Like search it and then click on it to open up this listing page. And this page is cool in itself, by the way. It has like tons of cool information on it. They can figure out how much they would have to pay and everything. But then we could take this URL at the top and we just go to the very end of it and do /open house. And it's actually going to reconfigure this URL to be an open house landing page. And what's cool on the team sites is that it will have an extra field to prompt like who is at this open house or who's running the open house so that lead can funnel to the correct person. But they would get all the pictures here and then putting their contact information in here would capture that lead right into command for you. So, if you're at this open house, you have an iPad or a laptop pulled up with this page and you're like, hey, the owners really want everyone to sign in for security purposes so they know who's coming in and out of the house so that you capture leads. You can then have them fill this out here. You could also take this URL and create a QR code with it. So if you take that URL, copy it, go into a new tab and Google QR code generator. Spell it right. There's tons of generators. They all do the same thing. At Scott Leroy, we always use the-qrcode-generator.com. So that's just one I'm comfortable with, but they all do the same thing. It's just going to prompt for a URL here, so we could paste that in. And then as soon as we pasted that in, this QR code on the right-hand side changed, and we can just click download. Say open house, 1, 2, 3. Oh no, my bad. 1, 2, 3, name. And download that. And then at that point, you could put it on a Google Doc or say, welcome to the open house, put that QR code and frame it and put it on the island so they can scan and sign into the open house.
The pixels matter at all?
Oh, on the right-hand side?
I saw. They asked you about the pixels.
Oh, no, not for this. And I believe even if you try to adjust it, you'd have to pay. So that's never mattered for us. So that, yeah, you could then that will be downloaded on your computer. You could put it, on a on a document, frame it, put it on the island, they can scan and sign in as well. So just a couple options for how you can really make your open house electric.
You just said dash open house.
Yeah, / open house. And just be sure that you're actually on the listing page. So like not just the search page, like this one. So like you can't just like search it and then like see it there. You do have to like click on it. And this is like the listing page. And then this URL up here, go up here and do / open house. And that's going to reconfigure for you. So that makes landing pages for open houses very easy now. It's exciting. Yeah, definitely. I know we're over. We usually have like a workshop till 2:30, kind of a Q&A, but one extra kind of advanced thing to at least know is out there. And this is newer, so I'm not even that versed with it, but it's a really cool tool. So I don't know if you've heard, like when we talk about at team meetings, like the ability that when they sign up on the site or sign up on your open house sign-in page, they can automatically receive an email just sent to them by them signing in. So that is really doable, but you have to set it up to do so. So there's a few steps included in this. So this example, feel free to book an appointment if you want to see another example too, but I'm going to do an open house example. So the first step you would want to do is have a lead follow-up set up. So typically when you hear lead follow-ups, you want to think of smart plans. Those are for your lead follow-up systems. Now in your smart plans section, if you don't already have the KW has an open house follow-up smart plan, I'm going to search to see if I already have it. If not, I can find it in the library. So it's called My Open House Follow-Up. If you don't have that in My Smart Plans, we can click over to Library. And it's going to be under these Keller Williams Smart Plans here. And sorry, I know I'm going really fast, but so this is the Open House Follow-Up. And we can click to add the Smart Plan and download that. So I already have it, which is why it's not letting me do it again. Okay, at that point, once you have the smart plan added, now I may always recommend looking up that smart plan and clicking the pencil icon to the far right to open it up to see what it actually does. And you'll see this is a brand new view. So now we can click on a step and we're going to see what the step is on the right-hand side. So what this is doing, and it is utilizing Twilio, so lots of extra things, but what it's doing is saying, hey, contact first name, and that would fill in with your contact first name. Thanks for coming by. What do you think of the open house? And then it's going to wait a day, and then it's going to create a task for you to send an email to them. And then it's going to wait a day and give you a task reminder to call them. So that's kind of what the smart plan's doing here. So at this point, once we have a lead follow-up set up, now it can be that open house. You can create your own custom follow-up plans as well. And again, feel free to book an appointment. I know this is a lot. But at that point, we can go up to our name in the top right, go to settings. We're going to go to command settings on the left-hand side, contacts, and lead management. And this is where we can create rules. So for example, so I can click create rule. I'll do like open house here. So based off what lead source that comes in on, I can either auto tag them or auto assign them to a smart plan. So let's say this is our website. Okay, so let's say we're doing just all our website leads. I wonder if there's an open house one. Oh, yes. Okay, but then this is one I've previously created, like custom. So it's going to be the one in parentheses. That's cool. So at that point, we can then auto tag them as, let's say, open house lead. Perfect. And auto assign them to the open house smart plan. and create that rule. So that means, yeah, anytime someone fills out an open house sign-in form, they will be auto tagged and they will auto start a smart plan. And then so they, in theory, so they fill that out and they receive a text message right away of, hey, how do you think they'll? That is the trick. You could always set up the a trigger, but just creating that rule will trigger it. Yeah. So those do have to be manually set up, but like the basis of those rule of setting that up would be you would create the smart plan first or find a smart plan first for your lead follow-up and then set up the rule based off lead source. Yeah. Any questions? Got some time. I got 13 minutes. And it can be, you know, it doesn't have to be on the website related. I can answer anything on the KW Tech that you may have questions with. But that was kind of the spiel of websites. They are very brand new. So as, you know, updates are released, we'll be posting them out on the KWB Facebook page of any new updates. However, I've been just kind of playing around with it, seeing what all it can do. And it's pretty cool, especially compared to the old site and the custom pages that you can add. Of course, always feel free to book an appointment with us and we can do any of that together. So anything I went really fast through or that was a bit more advanced, just feel free to book an appointment. We can literally sit down and just do it all together. So you're not alone. Thanks for coming and feel free to stick around if you have any questions on all the KW Tech. Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Area.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, you have
Mine
to.
is You gotta call and task and all that.
I know, especially the home anniversary one, like versus birthday has an auto text at least, but the home anniversary doesn't even do that. It's just all tasks. I know. But you do have to utilize the KW one in order for it to like
So
pull the
automatically
date.
pull-
Yeah, yeah.
Every month I go out there and search. 7 months.
Well, that's good. And do you know like the filter and the command that you can see for the next 30 days? Okay, nice.
We did it. Well, 'cause we sent-
Oh, nice.
so- All right.
Yeah, that's perfect for it.
No way around it.
No, sorry. That would be a good one. Those frustrate me, like a lot of the KW smart plans, like other than the monthly neighborhood nurture ones, they just like give you a task to email instead of just email
Just
it.
do
Yeah, I agree. But then, yeah, I guess to target it. Yeah. I think that would have been an easy, right? Because that's always the same. So it's just easy to, I don't know. Maybe they'll update that. I hope they'll update that because that seems like an ideal feature to have. I
thank
know
you,
it.
Julie.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming. And I'll send you that video right after class so that you have that to reference. Yeah. Hey.
Real quick, because
Thank you. Yeah, so
Well,
settings, right? And just
I think
play around
I
with
can
it.
see really quick before because I'm, if you want to see this, you can, it's just well, first I wasn't showing